All right, today I'm going to be flushing out my tankless water heater today. It's been 6 years of neglect that I haven't done this. I need to clean it out with vinegar, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it actually is to do it. So first step, unplug the power to the tankless water heater, shut off any valves going to it. I got one here and one over here. So power and water is off. Next, you're going to get two hoses. One for the hot, one for the cold side. We're going to connect the hot side. Make sure your hose has this rubber piece gasket inside, or else it will leak all over the place. This is pretty much like a garden hose fitting here. I'm using washer and dryer hoses. Then hook up the cold side. I made a video on how to add these inlets if you don't have one. If you don't have one of these service ports, check out that video. If you didn't add that to your tankless water heater, you will need those for maintenance. All right, so we got that one tight. Next, you're gonna take your inlet, whatever your inlet is, your hose to the inlet, and tie it onto your pump. Make sure you have the washer in there. So this is a pump that just happens to have a garden hose connection to it. I'll put it in the description below. If you don't have one, you can buy one on Amazon, fairly cheap. All right, so next I'm gonna drain the line. This line here, it's the output. I'm gonna turn this hose on. I'm gonna turn on the second hose as well, and both hoses are in here just to catch any water that's in the system. Remember, we turned off the water going in and going out. So it's just whatever's water in there in the system that's just stuck in here. All right, next I'm gonna take this pre-filter and loosen it up and get it off. So I cleaned this not too long ago and it's already pretty dirty again. And if you look inside where the hole is, I don't know if you can get it on camera. Let's see, you see how it's white in there? That's what I'm talking about, that scale. It shouldn't be looking like that. It's got a lot of gunk up in there. See, it's on my finger there. That's all that calcium and magnesium that gets in the hard water. And that's why I need to flush it more often. Yeah, if you clean the inside out, there's like little pieces of looks like white stuff. All right, so we got it clean, and we're gonna install this back in there. Let's get a little turn to tighten it. That's good. Then we're gonna take some vinegar. This is distilled white vinegar, and we got 3 gallons of it. We're gonna put it in a 5-gallon bucket. It's getting kind of high there. All right, next you're gonna take your sump pump and just drop it in there. All right, next make sure your heat is off. If it's going this way against the pipe, it's off. And we're gonna put the inlet. It'll say right up here on the water heater inlet. So that's how you know. That's the one that wants to go on your sump pump. So we're gonna put this on the sump pump again. I had taken it off to drain it better. And then we're gonna put this other one inside the bucket as well, so it could flush it going back into the same bucket. All right, Blanca, can you plug that in for me? And then just plug the power in. Go ahead and plug that cable up top. There you go. Now I'm gonna run this for a good half hour, maybe even an hour, depending how dirty this is. So what it's doing, it's just pumping in here, up and through the system, working its way through there. It's getting it all clean, and then it's pumping it back out and just recirculating. This is probably going to be real dirty in a little bit, and we'll check on it in about 10-20 minutes. You can see it started off real clear. All right, it's been about an hour. The water's turning like a weird greenish blue. color. And you can see like there's sand, looks like sand, but there's sediment at the bottom. I did put the pump on a little spacer, a 1-inch plastic spacer, just to raise it up off the bottom so it doesn't suck that stuff back up. So what happens when you flush a tankless water heater? Flushing cleans the pipes and heat exchanger inside the unit. Question number 2, is vinegar or descaling solution better for tankless water heaters? Both vinegar and descaling solution work well for cleaning mineral deposits, calcium and limescale from your tankless water heater. Never use a chemical solutions of any kind, since your home's drinking and bathing water most likely flows through your tankless water heater. Using chemical cleaners could be extremely harmful to your health. What happens if you don't clean tankless water heater? Over time, calcium, magnesium, and other minerals build up in the tankless systems, which can reduce the unit's efficiency and lead to a shorter lifespan. Not only that, your hot water might come out a little bit slower from the faucet. Mineral and sediment buildup that is left unchecked for long periods of time can cause obstructed pipes and even clogs, which can damage your home. How much vinegar to flush a tankless water heater? Add only 2.5 gallons of vinegar to the bucket. So I used about almost 3, about 2 3/4 is what I used. And as you can see, it's plenty. So don't waste your vinegar. I think even 2 gallons would probably be enough to flush it out. How long to flush a tankless water heater with vinegar? Flushing your tankless water is a simple task, but it does take 1 to 2 hours to complete. I'm at about 90 minutes, about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna run it probably maybe 20-30 more minutes. All right, so when we're done with this, how long does it take to flush the vinegar out of the tankless water heater? You're gonna open the water shutoff valves and turn on a few hot water faucets in your home. Run them for about 5 minutes to get rid of the system of vinegar and air pockets, and you should be good to go and your job will be done. Why does my tankless water heater turn blue when I flush with vinegar? The vinegar will be a bit blue. This is from tiny amounts of corrosion of the copper. The copper imparts the blue color. Nothing to worry about. Alright guys, that was a lot of questions that you might have that if you were to type it into Google, and that's the kind of answers you'd get. I just kind of threw it in the video, so just passing time out while I'm watching this. Alright guys, it's been 2 hours. I think that's good enough. And so now if you want to flush the system, you don't want the vinegar to stay in the system, I'll show you how to do that right now. Alright, so now what we're going to do, since we're done flushing, we're going to unplug the power to the pump. There goes the power. And it's real simple. We're going to take this and put it into another bucket full of clean water. Alright, so now we got a fresh bucket of water. And all we're going to do is transfer the pump. I'm going to put this one in there. Okay, go ahead and plug that back in for me.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to take probably a minute for this to get out any vinegar. So we'll just discharge it into the vinegar pile. Some prostate problems right there. Oy. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. There we go. Much better. Slow. And you can see, the water is really warm. So I'm gonna run this until that thing's almost empty. All right, so we're almost empty here. All right, so we're gonna unplug that. Then we're gonna just turn this knob all the way in. The same thing with this knob. Okay, so now those are off completely. And then we can turn our inlet water back on. There we go. And we'll turn on this other one that goes out. That one's back on, and then we'll plug it back in, and job done. I'll go upstairs, turn on the faucets for about 5 minutes just to flush out anything else. but we already got most of it flushed. But that's how you do it, guys. That's how you clean out your tankless water heater. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. One last tip before I go. Take the hose off because there's filters in here. You even pull the filter out right there and then turn on the water, the hot water, for a good 5 minutes to, just in case there was anything in there, it'll come right out and you won't get it stuck in that filter. Last thing, don't forget to turn the gas back on. Alright guys, check out all that sediment at the bottom. Thick stuff there, like rocky, sandy stuff. But not as bad as I thought for something that I haven't cleaned in 6 years. But it was brand new when I installed it, so.